I remember the days when I talked to God very formally and everything I said was just formality. From now I lay me down to sleep, to dear God, bless this person and that person. My time with him was usually very brief, and my expectation from him next to nothing. Well, many are currently like I was in their approach to prayer. Not only is it perfunctory, but when it's over, too many are still worried, still knocking on wood with their fingers crossed, and still hoping in luck, fate, and karma. The reality is, we have an audience with the maker of heaven and earth, the God who spoke the world into existence and said that the king's heart is in my hand, and I turn it like a watercourse wherever I want it to go. Hence, never should there be a time when we take such a privilege to cultivate relationship with God for granted, but rather we should get greater understanding on how to make time with him more effective. And I found out that we can. So here's what I would say. First, consider prayer as a dialogue and not a monologue. God speaks. In the same way that men like Elijah, Hezekiah, or a host of others were able to talk to God so that there was a response, you also can have a conversation with God where he leads and guides you. But it means you have to be willing to listen in the quiet after expressing your heart to God. Thereafter, you must be willing to follow his leading because you trust that God is big enough to catch you if you have misunderstood. Next, you can be more effective in prayer by building confidence in the one you're talking to. 1 John 5:12-15 says, "Now this is the confidence that we have in him, that if we ask anything according to his will, he hears us. And if we know that he hears us, whatever we ask, we know that we have the petitions that we have asked of him." In other words, if you can identify God's ways or his will, which are all found in Scripture, and then pray based on it, he says he hears and answers. So if you're not getting answers, maybe you're not praying based on his will. Build your confidence by knowing his will, and you'll be that much more effective. Lastly, regular and quality time in worship of God and reading of his scripture will not only foster rich relationship with God, but it'll change how he responds to you. Matthew 6:6 says, "But you, when you pray, go into your room, and when you have shut your door, pray to your Father who is in the secret place, and your Father who sees in secret will reward you openly." So the next time you begin to pray, adjust yourself a bit so that you turn the attention away from your own issues and you turn your attention toward him in worship and adoration. When you do, you'll enter into the kind of communion with God that yields results. Nothing compares to relationship with God. And as you cultivate that, you'll find God truly does honor his promise to add all those things to those that seek him first. People around you may limit what those things are, but I have found him to be faithful to every word in every area and category of my life. He's so good to us.